Amandine. I hope you're doing super great. It's for me no complaint at all. Before I get through to this video, it is not a fact. This video is based only on my experience that I've been experiencing throughout my life here in South Africa. Okay, so I'm not here to ambush South Africans or to state to be here only to state the negativities or whatsoever. Okay, don't take it personal. It is my experience. Okay, so without any further ado, I just want to start with the fact that South Africa is a beautiful country, a very, 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 very beautiful country. Okay, like I've been here for 15 years plus. Okay, like I've lived here more than I've even lived in my country. You all know by now that I'm originally from the Congo, DRC. Yes. Moving here in South Africa first of all was a bit of a surprise for me, because the only thing I actually knew was the fact that I was traveling. Okay, I didn't know that I was traveling to a different country. In my year, I wasn't really aware that, because I was 12 back then, I wasn't really aware that I was moving into a different country with different languages. Okay, but French and Lingala and whatsoever that's spoken in our country. Okay, so moving in South Africa, when I got here, I was a bit like, okay, what's next? Okay, so with my parents and support and family members and the teachers at school, obviously, I got to find my way around this country. Okay, I got to learn the language, because obviously you have to learn the language, and that's why you can see and you hear me now speaking English, because now English, I've learned it here in South Africa, and it is just taken like over of French, if you have to say it like that. There's a lot of opportunity here which you don't really find it back home at our country. There's a lot more opportunities. There's more say. People have more say here. People are heard more than back home. Okay, back home is more of you do this and that's what you should do. That's how it stays. But here you've got an opportunity to oppose. I want to start with the positive things so that you all get comfortable. And as long as we move on, you're gonna see. In South Africa, there's a lot of languages here in South Africa, and when it comes to racism challenge in South Africa, it is just in another dimension. Why? Because here you find color, you find Indians, you find Xhosas, you find the Zulus. There's so many cultures in South Africa that makes them all be like, have issues against each other. Okay, and then that brings us foreigners as well, so that becomes like another type of culture that just joins them, and that makes them really not like us at all. Okay, so you have all those terminology like makwiri, which you should know about it as well if you want to move in South Africa, because the blacks here in South Africa, they do not hesitate to call you makwiri, because why? You are a foreigner, you are a refugee. A refugee is makwiri, so they call you that so many times. Anytime, they don't care how you feel about it, they just call you that. At school, I got to live my share of it. Okay, at school, when I remember at school, you come to school and you get at school, first of all, because you're a foreigner, you don't have any friends. You think maybe the blacks are gonna give you some comfort, they're gonna wanna speak to you and want to befriend you and stuff. But then the moment they see that you're a foreigner, you cannot understand the language, they go like, "I'll take it. Oh, I can go." I used to always be lonely. Like, I noticed that when these blacks, they will be speaking closer, like all the time. And then on the other side, these coloreds, the other group coloreds are speaking Afrikaans, and then the other side they're speaking English. Like you see groups of colored people speaking English, but there's no way ever that you see blacks, Xhosas, speaking English among them. They don't do that. if you want to work with them, you want to live around them, you gotta speak their language. It's either you speak the language and you work with them, or you away from them. Okay, so that was the only time that you see a foreigner among closest, because he or she is speaking their language. And then I used to go by the colored side, not because I was envying their color or anything else, but it's because I could fit in. I could speak English and they are speaking English as well. And then they didn't care of what color I am that is different from them. They'll just welcome me and all that. Oh, hi, where you from? And all this stuff. Oh, really? How is Congo? And all these things. They want to know things. But then closest, if you don't speak the language, you're not welcome at all. Okay, so there's one of the things that also happen. And there's one more thing as well. South Africa is one of the dangerous countries in the world, actually. It's part of the most dangerous countries. And once you're here in South Africa, it is, at the beginning it's really hard, because your door should always be locked. The burglar should always be locked with the key locker and anything, that you must always be like vigilant. You should be, you must be like awake wherever you're walking, wherever you're going, with family, your friends, no matter if you're in a group or whatever, you should just be awake. Like, anything can happen anytime. Someone could get kidnapped, somebody could get robbed. Like, within a blink of an eye, something could just happen. Like, the danger in this country is extremely high, like really high. That you could be sitting in a train and then it's really hard to just open the window behind you and anything, and then boom, you reach into this station and then your hair just get removed from like someone will rob you throughout the window. Someone will just pull your hair. Ladies with wigs, they know what I'm talking about. Men who wears cap, they know what I'm talking about. I got robbed so many times, which has never happened into my country. Okay? Can I have back my phone? Why? Because in their country, everything that is in here is theirs. The clothes you're wearing, the hair, the jewelries, whatever the car is theirs. So they'll come to you as, give me back my. Yeah, robbing. Yeah, they rob anytime and anything. And for you to have guidance, for sure, prayer is just the main thing. You gotta pray for the blood of Jesus to just cover you all the time, because we know that danger is everywhere. In any country we find danger. Even in my country, we get people killed and robbed and stuff, but here in South Africa the rates is just super higher. Every day you hear rape cases and gender-based violence against women or against especially women, which is something that you also don't see in my country a lot. Like, I was home, I knew about rape, but I don't remember always hearing it in the news or always seeing it in newspapers or everybody really, like, it being the major talk. Okay, yes, South Africa, rape is extremely high. Ladies get raped so many times, which is really bad. The great thing is that we've got God, who's the Almighty, He's the strongest, He's the only one that can like defend us, who can actually fight for us and stuff. And especially here for foreigners, which we don't have a say and we don't really matter in their eyes and stuff. And in the clinics, in wherever you are, schools, they like underestimate you guys. They just think like you guys are just based and you are just looking for a way to just take over their country and stuff, and which is really bad. Sometimes it hurts a lot. Well, most of the time it hurts a lot. The closer people, especially because they're the most South Africans, locals that do not want us here, and if you happen to be in a problem or in an issue with them, we're just dead. It finishes over for you. So you must always be in good terms with them. And the other thing also is the fact that there's this xenophobic thing that is even worse. But if I were to speak about it, that will be another subject for another day. For everybody that's moving yet, not experienced what I've experienced. I've been robbed. I've been insulted so many times at school. That's only with colors that we find comfort. And our own black people were not really welcoming with me and stuff. So them not loving me, and it's not really, it shouldn't really be the major issue. As long as they're respecting me, that should be good. But even the respect was not even there. Because calling somebody my kuri at the beginning, I didn't know the meaning of it. I thought like, oh okay, query thing and stuff. And later on, getting to understand from another closer lady that like will tell you the meaning of it, and then I went like, what? Were you really calling me that? And it's shocking. And people here, you need to adapt. You need to fit in with them, especially the blacks. You really need to fit in with them. You cannot come with some hairstyles from Congo here and stuff, and like us in Congo, we like putting red, blue, orange, and white and black on our head. And yeah, they will immediately recognize that you are a Makwiri, and that's, you already straight in their bed books. Okay, you're in their bed books. Okay, so these are some of the stuff that you should watch out when coming in South Africa, and be open. Okay, do not just speak to anybody. If you need help, if you're lost or anything, you gotta go speak. You gotta go ask. Usually at the police station. That is the safest place that you could actually go. Okay, then you can even go ask by the garage, by the Shell garage, which is also better. But then you must really watch out. Okay, make sure that, because you could be followed without even knowing. Just know what you are doing. Be awake. Do not ever be relaxed, thinking like, oh, this place looks like. Hey, anything can happen anytime here. Okay. Well, South Africans, just a last message from me. As a Congolese lady, a lot of people that move in here, they're not doing it out of their own choices. It's actually different issues that brings them here. Okay, maybe if you South Africans can just try to find out what are really those issues that brings them here, and then what do they really see in our country, you got to understand. Because when I was in my country, I didn't even know what a foreigner was, who a foreigner was rather, and I didn't even know that this is a foreigner and this is not a foreigner. But here, even a younger boy, a small child of 5 years, 6 years old, can differentiate that you are not South African. Those kids, is like, I don't know if they're born with it in them, or they get to be taught at home, in their home, that you see, if you see a person acting like this, or talking like this, or looking like this, they are not our brothers and sisters or what. Because even a small boy can just call you Makwiri and could be just laughing and could just making like a joke out of you from like nowhere. And that is really bad. If you guys are teaching that to your younger ones, I'll suggest that you guys rather do not. Okay, rather do not. Okay, because it makes them already dislike us from a younger age, and that grows in them. Then it grows into a hatred, and it makes us look like we don't have places, but we do have a home as well, and we are still home because this is Africa. It is South Africa. We are still welcome here as much as you guys also welcome home, and we don't need any harm. We love you guys. When we come here, we want to work together with you. We want to study together with you. We want to associate with you guys, even make Africa better with you guys. We don't come here with a spirit of stealing or taking over whatsoever. Which is, I would prefer that. I would really like for you guys to move that mentality out of you guys. One of the greatest things that South Africa lack, which is love, not only among foreigners and themselves and locals, it's even among themselves, locals here. You see that when it's time to fight, and they can watch someone being beaten up to death, and they will just be there cheering, like nobody will just quickly wanna, take over, trying to stop. And if you actually try to stop, everybody look at you like, oh, are you the next Jesus? And you'll be now the next target. So that's basically what I wanted to say. And do not take anything personal. Those are my experience. I wish I've lived actually better, and I would have sat here and say all the greater things that I've lived here in South Africa. If I'm here speaking about this only, which means that these are the only thing that I know, I can only speak out of what I know, what I've experienced. Okay, And I've seen your country very beautifully, and I mentioned that because it's beautiful. It's beautiful than my country. It's beautiful than DRC. You know, DRC is one of the richest countries because we got a lot of things there in minerals and stuff. But what is it really doing in our country? Not much. So I'm happy. I know that you guys are working hard into building your country, and we are not here to want to bring it down. We are also just here want to lift it up. Because believe me, if all these foreigners here got one day to decide to really leave South Africa, guys, 18 South Africans, believe me, that this country will not be the same as it is right now. Believe me. We're all foreigners in the world. Nobody is here forever. We're all going to leave this world one day. Some of us will go to heaven, some of us will go to hell. Those are where we're going to live our last days, like eternity over there. Okay, so stop fighting so much for just your country. Okay, thinking like being stingy and thinking like everybody is coming in just for your honey and stuff. Okay, we all have different types of inputs that we can just place together and brainstorm something great. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Just sister Amandine. Till we meet again. Cheers.